It was in this working-class Istanbul neighborhood, Kasımpaşa, that Recep Tayyip Erdogan grew up. Some of the locals here still have a soft spot for Turkey's new president-elect, who's often made a point of his humble roots.
When my mother died 10 years ago, he was Prime Minister and he called me at 1 in the morning to offer condolences. What other Prime Minister would have done that?
I've known him since he was a boy and later when he used to play football. He's an honest man.
As well as playing semi-professional football for an Istanbul club in earlier years, Erdogan joined Islamic youth groups that challenged the era's secular nationalist regimes and the powerful military. He eventually rose to prominence in the Islamic movement under his mentor, Necmettin Erbakan. And in 1994, Erdogan became mayor of Istanbul. Despite a short period in prison in 1999 for allegedly inciting religious hatred, by 2001 Erdogan had co-founded the Islamic-rooted Justice and Development Party, AKP, which would win elections the following year, and every vote since.
Starting today, nothing will be the same again in Turkey.
During Erdogan's 11 years as Prime Minister, Turkey has made great economic strides. He's managed to keep the military on side, and his religion-infused rhetoric seems to score highly, with enough voters to keep him at the top of every election. Though some of his opponents may praise his political sense, they find much to criticize in what they call authoritarian practices, particularly his attempts to censor journalists critical of the government, the temporary barring of social media sites, and moves to Islamize Turkish society.
Hedefine kilitlendiği noktada her şeyi göz ardı etme yönünde son derece başarılı.
He's very strong when it comes to finding ways to achieve his goals and remove obstacles. I can't say I agree with his policies, but it is true that he's an effective leader. Unfortunately, over the past 12 years he's ruled the country like a dictatorship disguised as a democracy.
Dönemde ülkeyi yönetme biçimi demokrasiymiş gibi görünen diktatörlük.
On the international stage, Erdogan has adopted an increasingly confident position. His infamous walkout of the 2009 World Economic Forum debate with the then Israeli President Shimon Peres has symbolized Turkey's more assertive foreign policy stance.
For me, Davos is over today. I'll never come back.
But it was in this past year that his popularity began to waver, with massive anti-government protests, an explosive corruption scandal, and a stuttering economy. Yet the man dubbed the Sultan still swept to a landslide victory in recent presidential elections, a sign that at the age of 60, Erdogan is still the most popular and charismatic Turkish leader since the iconic father of the Turks, Mustafa Kemal Atatürk.